Like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language, content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
Popping off, y'all. It's the Dr. Greenthumb Show on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, and the home site, www.brealtvcontest. As promised, we're on the fucking road. You know what I'm saying? Taylor Swift, and Kelsey had to take the Swift jet back. So here we are. Joining me on the road show, Dr. Greenthumb Road Show. We're going to call it that for the rest of these episodes. Still the Dr. Greenthumb Show. I got my man, Eric, Big Drum, Bow. Word up. I got my man, Trace Noons in the building.
Yes, sir, the utility player.
That's right, the utility man. It's been great. We got a day off today. Last night in Tempe, Arizona, it was off the chain. Peoples came for it, as you might know. You know what I'm saying? Because people be loving Souls of Mischief. People be loving Far Side. People be loving Cypress Hill. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been all love everywhere, as you might know. And you've probably been seeing clips, you know, because my man Trace has been, you know, killing it with the clips, and so is Aton. You know what I'm saying? Salute.
It's been a dope assignment you kind of gave to us. It's kind of like a new thing for me to gather content specifically for the studio and for the station. So it's a new project for me, and it's a lot of fun to see it come alive, especially like you're saying with all the different groups, catching them in different cities and all that, giving you guys out there in Dr. Greenthumb land, kind of a BTS shot of what's going on. Just like this. I mean, here we are, you know, on the road. You're on the road with us, basically.
And I gotta say, like, Mr. Big Drum Bobo down there in the corner, he's been playing clean as fuck. You know, I think the biking has been helping your legs, man.
Man, my legs are stronger. I think I would have to say the best shape that I've been in some years. And I feel good up there, you know, able to crack it. And biking has been good. You know, we've been biking out here, you know, we've been biking all over, have the bikes in there. So it's a different mindset. But the end game is that we crush the shows. We just got to crush it. And we all have to be on our A game.
That's right. We've been crushing it, and, you know, rightfully so. We got a day off, and tomorrow, though, we're going to be up in Dallas, Texas, one of my favorite places to get down. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody coming out to the Dallas show. Don't miss it. Come early. We've been telling people, you know, come early because you don't want to miss any of these legendary sets. You know, the bars that, you know, Souls of Mischief is just bing, bing, bing. Everybody hits their bars immaculate style. And then, you know, Far Side, they just still got that crazy ass youthful energy jumping around. To see it, Imani damn near put his leg up by his ear and shit. I'm like, damn, how do you compete with burning those kind of calories, man?
Imani be kicking his leg up like he was one of the Rockettes.
Yeah, the leg whips were unbelievable. The first night, I was like, wow.
Yeah, from the first night to now, he ain't slowed down and shit. I mean, he could kick himself in the head if he wanted to and shit.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the other end of those kicks.
No.
That's for sure.
You're not one to be. I'll tell you what though, man. I keep thinking about a couple of weeks ago when we were in Detroit, and salute to everybody that came out to the meet and greet we had at Dr. Greenthumb's dispensary down there. Our new dispensary in Detroit. It's East 8 Mile. And it was dope. We got a lot of love down there. A lot of people came through, and it just left an impression on me, man, because it was like, a lot of love out here. And people came with flavors too.
Oh my goodness.
We kept some of them flavors for a couple weeks. Them hash holes, kept us going for a while. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing I liked about the store, the dispensary itself, a very inviting store, super friendly staff. That was the first thing that you even took notice to, was how friendly, the staff is in there, how helpful they are, the bud tenders.
Enthusiastic.
Yes, and don't be intimidated if I'll use the term, a little uneducated in the market. Go out there, they'll help you completely out. It's a stress-free environment. I mean, they are literally there to help.
Ask the bud tender shit.
That's what they're there for.
You know what I'm saying? Ask them, because that's what they're there for. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to give you some information. And we got a great staff down there, so salute to them. And I'll tell you what, there was a lot of great flour. It held us over for weeks, before we had to restock and shit. But yeah, man.
We were surprised, actually. We came out to Detroit about a year ago, and you had made a comment that over time, progression, man, the smoke is just getting better and better and better out in the Detroit area.
Yeah, I think everywhere we've been on this tour so far, you know what I mean? From Detroit, and now, we're chilling. We just did Tempe. There's fucking bomb-ass weed in AZ, you know what I mean? We're about to go to Dallas. That's
The growers are stepping the game up, basically, right? I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The
genetics are working their way around the country.
Right.
And a lot of people, you've probably been asked the same question. It's like, when you see that happening around the country, in the industry, like, I'll use the term, does California get jealous? Just the opposite. No. Just the opposite.
We're happy.
Yes. Yes, that's, progression, that's legalization, that's getting medicine into the hands of people that it should be, all the above, so it's positive.
People from LA, we're happy because we can go to another state, and if they have their game, up to par, then we're happy because we're spoiled. We have the good out in LA, you know what I mean, in Cali. So we don't hate, we appreciate it.
We have that proper, baby.
So we're used to that. So, we love it.
Yeah, man. I think on the next tour, Bobo, we need to find rider clubs in each city and do a ride with them on the day off, pinpoint places we have like solid days off. We're not getting in, it's not a travel day, but we've gotten there the night before, we got a night off. That way we can go on rides with some of the riding crews that have it. I think that would be dope. Especially because you get to know every city in a different way by riding.
Definitely. And especially in this beautiful Arizona weather. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
before it gets hot.
Before it gets 125.
I took a ride in Atlantic City. I went down the boardwalk. And that was something. It was real cool. And on the boardwalk they had, they didn't have you speeding. They just said you just cruise. It was real mellow. It was real flat, but it was beautiful to be.
The cartoon bike would have been perfect.
Cartoon bike would have been perfect. Steph Tone's bike.
Steph Tone's Cadillac bike.
Perfect.
What is it? A quad? Something quad. Dual quad or some shit.
Yeah, you got tires on balloon tires.
Big old fat ass balloon tires. Boy, those are strictly beach.
Yeah, but it was definitely dope. And it's cool to you've been to the cities, we've been touring for years and you go to the same cities, but, to see different stuff when you're biking or when you're walking, it's different than when you're driving or just going from the hotel to the gig, So I'm digging that. You know, we got to do that all the time now.
Yes. Yeah, keeping active and ride. We used to ride a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like when Julio G was touring with the Salute to my man Julio G. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had legs for the ride. It would be like 5 of us riding. Dougie, the Wolf, Dougie would ride with us. And it's yourself, myself, and who else? We tried to take our bus driver that one time and almost killed him.
That's right.
Sorry, Muffin. Killed him. This was hilarious, right? So we all have these fucking, you know, ramped up ass nice bikes. You know, we're fucking like gonna do some miles, right? And our bus driver, Muffin, he's our friend. He's not just a bus driver. I mean, he's driven, you know, us on many tours. And so he was like, dude, I'm gonna go ride with you guys. We're like, all right, dude, we're gonna ride some fucking miles. Well, how many miles are you gonna ride? Probably about 20. Okay, yeah, no, I ride all the time. I brought my bike too. And we're like, where the fuck is his bike? We ain't seen his bike. It's not in the trailer with the rest of our bikes because we brought a trailer. We fucking had our bikes lined up, strapped down, right? And we're like, where the fuck is his bike? And he fucking pulls it from the bottom of the bay and unfolds it. Oh. And it's a little bike. I mean, it's big enough to carry his big ass because Muffin was not a little dude. Muffin is not a little dude. Muffin,
those bikes aren't those like little fold-up bikes?
little fold up. The first generations, because remember, this is like about 10 years back, probably. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe less than, but it was when the new fold-up bikes came. They weren't that big. You could adjust the seat, but they weren't a long bike. They were the shorter bikes, so you could fit it in the trunk.
And smaller tires.
Yeah, smaller little ass tires, right? And so we get to jamming. And, you know, like, we're fucking rolling, dude, you know, and he's, like, lagging behind because he's a bigger dude. I mean, Muffin sounds like a small dude, but Muffin, in actuality, was about 6'2", and about 275, 280 pounds. He was a big boy. And then not all buffed out muscle big, you know what I mean? It's called Muffin. Right? So we're trekking, we're going. We get to the 10-mile mark, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna flip it back around and go back now. Right? And he was like, oh man, I think I'm gonna jump in a cab, guys. I'll see you at the bus, right? He folds up his bike, jumps in a cab, dog.
Bike in a box.
Bike in a box.
It's a bike in a box.
Those bikes are meant for like people that have like an apartment and bike real quick to work a couple blocks away.
I think if he had bigger wheels, a bigger bike, it would have been an easier ride for that little ass bike with the little ass sprockets.
Well, to turn those
try to do a
small
long
tires,
ass ride, dude. It was crazy.
You got to pump twice as much to turn the circumference of a big tire.
He was dying.
So you're doing this.
We had to slow down. We had to slow down for him because, like, again, it's a smaller bike. It's not like.
So when our tour manager had suggested when first said like, yo, you know, we're gonna bring out the bikes, and he said, well, I don't know about the space, but you get one of those folding bikes that go like in a little box and things like that.
We're like, hell no.
I'm like, oh hell no. What's wrong with you? Can't do that.
I would suggest though, like for people that are like, let's just say on our tour, right? That don't normally ride. If they're gonna ride with us, they should probably get a like electric bike, you know, so that they don't gas out. Because people will gas out, like depending on where you're riding, how fast the ride is going, and how much you gotta pump on that ride. You know what I mean? It's better just to get an electric bike than let your ego burn your ass out. Because that'll happen, you know? Oh, man, no, hell no. Everybody else got a regular bike. I ain't going to get on no electric bike. Nah. Don't let your ego and pride put you in a position where you're going to put that bike down and call it Uber and have to tell them, hey, do you got a bike rack? Because you will burn. I mean, I've seen it.
It's the next day. It's the next day.
The next day too, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you got bike legs, there never is a next day for like soreness because your legs are used to doing that. Like on the rides that Bobo and I have gone on, I haven't had sore legs on not one of those rides yet. That's because I'm constantly training though. Like even if I'm not riding a bike, I'm training my legs for everything. You know, I'm doing like step ups, I'm doing jump squats, I'm doing everything that has to do with the fucking legs. Cause I mean, what do we do on stage where, you know, like you're drumming and standing and playing and moving, your legs gotta be strong so that you're not giving out at the, you know, in an hour and a half, you're not like fizzling.
Yeah.
You know, and I've noticed that in your playing since we started riding. I mean, I've been working out, so like that's just something that I've been doing. But like as of late, you've been like really heavy on the bikes, and you could tell in your playing. It's you always play dope, but there's a crispiness about how you're playing right now.
We've mentioned it before. What are your step counts, you guys, on stage usually in an average show?
For an hour and a half,
Yeah.
I probably end up at 10,000 steps, and he ends up about 12 to 13,000 steps.
That's a workout.
I burn slightly more calories, but it equals out in the amount of steps to the calorie burn.
Yeah. And if you think about it, an hour and a half, let's just say you went to the gym and you were working out like that. There's a little bit of downtime in between, you know. But with you guys doing that, it's press go, and at that point, it's an hour and a half later.
We're playing. It's not like, you know, if you're working out, you could take a little 5-minute break and just like drink some water and just kick it. You know, it's like we're on it. So that breather, you have to suck it up and take a deep breath and, you know, handle it. You know, it's not for the weak.
No.
It's not for the weak.
And you know, that's the thing. Everybody on the, you know, on stage for us works out to some degree. Lord's probably in the gym right now on the day off. I hit the gym this morning myself. You know, Sendog hits every gym we get to. You know, he does his 7-mile walk run thing. Then he hits his weights and he's ready for Freddie, son. He's like, you know, he gets on that stage and puts it down. But that's, you know, taking care of yourself. That's keeping active and shit like that. And everybody finds their way to it, right? It's dope that you found the bicycling into it, Bobo, because that shit is really good for you.
Yeah, you know, for me, I always had a thing like, you know, growing up, you know, in the jazz world, you know, you have those OGs that say, I am going to play until I drop. And they don't care what condition they're in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't see myself doing that. You know what I mean? I don't want to go out on a high note. I don't want nobody to have to walk me out for me to do my thing and have the crowd say, yo, he was dope. I remember when, you know, he was dope. And now, you know, they just come out because sympathy. I don't want that. So we can last, you know, our job is physical. So you got to take care of yourself. And man, we put our bodies through the ringer. Like we 90s, 2000s, man, I was drinking, doing all this kind of stuff, you know. I just got everything more.
Hey, think about. I mean, it's on topic, but in the other direction. I mean, think about how many bottles of wine we were putting away in the 90s. A night. What was it? Weed and wine. Bobo and I didn't really drink beers too much. And, mostly I'd fuck with whiskey, if anything. But I wasn't necessarily on the whiskey tip for a minute. And this is when we were bringing Psycho Realm into the fold.
Yeah.
And we put him on to the red wines. Like we're winos up in this bitch, bro. Me and Bobo were polishing bottles off, dog.
Handling it.
Every night, like at least 2 bottles, smoking a shitload of weed, and like sleep deprivation. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep one on. Sleep deprivation, whole shit. We weren't really necessarily taking care of our bodies the way we take care of it now. Sure, I was working out then, and I was doing a lot of martial arts with Kenji. You know, and I was always active. But what I was putting in my system on a nightly basis, and in terms of the diet, like what time I was putting these things into my system, All wrong, dog. All fucking wrong. Like, I'd wait all day to eat, probably eat at 10 or 11 o'clock. I would have worked out in the morning, but I didn't put any protein, nothing into my system, nothing. And then, we're fucking drinking and smoking late at night. And then like, oh, okay, we got the munchies and we didn't eat all day. Boom. Because I used to fucking starve myself. And like, I lowered my metabolism speed like to a fucking crawl, bro. I had to like reset everything.
And what was the reason by that? When you say you were starving yourself, what was the reason behind it?
That was just my pattern. Like, I would not eat all day. I would just eat one meal and that would be it. And then I wasn't drinking a lot of water neither. So I was dehydrated a lot of the times, not even knowing.
So you're saying it was just because...
Ignorance.
Okay. Okay. He said it.
It was ignorance. It was like, whatever we heard that our rock and roll or heroes were doing or had done,
we were doing it.
We were doing it. We wanted to do it. That was our choice. So we knew the job was dangerous when we took it, but we did it. We just did it all together. It wasn't just like one person that we all did it together. So if one person went down, we all went down.
Yeah. And now we all going up.
Yeah.
Like taking care, and then actually, hitting each other like, hey, you fucking working out, you doing something, you keeping active, like, not just forgetting about each other like, well, I don't care what he's doing. I'm worried about me. Nah, we don't do that shit. We like fucking hit each other up like, hey, how come I ain't seen your fucking rigs moving, B?
The scrutiny on this team, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Bicycles, music, whatever. The scrutiny, you got to keep up with this pack.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you know what I mean? Today at breakfast, we had a great breakfast on our day off. But I was concerned about Trace because, in his coffee, he has a little bit of sugar in it. And y'all all seen the 10-second or 9.5-second pour of the syrup. We've seen this, right? Weeks ago, y'all have seen this. What we witnessed today, or I witnessed today at breakfast, was when he poured sugar. When poured sugar into that coffee, it looked like the Niagara Falls. It was like right into the coffee cup. I was concerned. I'm like, oh my God.
I want to say, Trey said, maybe like you unloosened it a little bit without us.
I didn't realize that the little flipper on the thing, the flipper, it was like, usually it's kind of stuck from the sugar, so I went like this.
On all sides.
And the whole thing just went.
Yet he drank it.
I think you cleared.
Yet he drank it.
You didn't.
Think he what?
I think you did that on purpose. You did that.
There was also a breakfast where he went to pour salt.
Hey, man.
He now, like to stick up for him on this one. It wasn't like he meant to do that. The salt shaker, there was something wrong with the salt shaker, and it just said, he goes, oh! Even he said, oh! And I noticed it too. But he ate those fucking eggs, bro. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Those shits are salty, bro.
Oh, Tracy.
Tracy Eddie. I mean, drink more water. Less Coke.
Salt, the Coke, Coca-Cola, let me reiterate, the syrup, the sugar. It's a wonder I'm still alive.
All the things, yeah. Come on, Tracy.
Do you like, all right, for the Coke?
You even brought your gym shoes. You ain't hit the gym with us once.
Right.
Those are just my comfortable shoes.
Now, question. Do you like the original Coke?
Yeah.
Like the original?
Yeah.
With the cocaine?
From Colombia.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wasn't alive in the 1800s, Bobo. I get what you're picturing. That wasn't funny either. At all.
It's true.
Are you guys? Man, let's bring Trace on the show today. Put him between us and we'll just beat the crap out of him. You.
I just thought that you like to keep it OG. I'm just asking for a friend.
Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker.
I think for a friend, people are concerned.
Oh, man.
Okay, moving right along.
That was crazy. The sugar, though. Sugar was. We're going to have to take a walk on this day off, and so he can walk that shit.
I will say, but on a positive, Chase, I will say that he has become the official bike technician. He is putting together the bikes, taking them, saying, well, I can put it together, whatever, I can do it.
Well, see, the thing about it is, you know, all of us, people may or may not know, that we've all had conversations when we were kids that we were like true BMXers.
Yes.
We all rode BMX bikes. I mean, it was like packs a motorcycle gang, but kids on bikes. You always knew where the neighborhood kids were because there'd be 15 bikes parked out in front of the pizza parlor, wherever. BMXers. So now this is kind of with these new 29-inch kind of blown up BMX bikes, guys our side can still ride because we can't get on 24-inch bikes. So that's not going to happen. So all this wrenching is like, I love doing it because when we were kids, man, like we used to tear apart bikes just to tear them apart, to put them back together. So to give you guys what's going on out here, these guys got all their bikes in the bays of the bus. We land today. We had in the dressing room bikes apart. In the dressing room upside down, and we wrenched on these bikes, and we got them all tuned up, ready to go for you guys here in Arizona.
Yep. We just got to get Trace Lord and Aton a bike.
Yeah, mine's on order.
And maybe Send Dog if he's down to ride.
That would be great.
We'll see what happens. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll come back with more Dr. Greenthumb Show right after this.
What up, everyone? C-Minus here at the Slide Away Festival, here to represent for Be Real TV and celebrate the 10th anniversary of one of me and Ray's favorite albums, Guilty of Everything, featuring and founding this guy right here, Nicky.
That's right. How you doing?
Good, man. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
to
Hey,
see you.
Good to see you, man. And thank you for being, coming down and talking with us. And
Yeah, of course, long time coming, right?
Oh man, yeah, big time supporter and long time fan, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I feel very honored, and I'm happy that I made this one on time. But you had to come to me to get it done.
Hey, bro, we'll do that.
That's how stupid I am.
No, man, we're good.
All right.
We're good. Hey, congratulations, dude. Like 10 years of one of my favorite LPs.
Yeah. Where does the time go?
Yeah. Dude, have you had a chance to like take it in and be like, holy shit, that was 10 years ago and this thing is still moving?
Man, time is a flat circle sometimes, right?
Yep.
I don't know. It doesn't. It feels like some of this stuff is yesterday, still. But it's a lot of emotions,
Yeah.
You can't ignore it. Not to get too like dramatic or anything, but like I had no plans to still, be doing music at all, or doing nothing, or in some cases even being on this planet in general. Right. A little turbulent start to this whole project, and a lot of crazy stories and a lot of mileage. And I'm still here. I'm bruised and battered. But that's kind of the MO of this whole thing anyway. So I'm still here and around a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a long time, and there's just a lot of nostalgia in the air, and it's a real good feeling right now for a change.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. That's it's one of the things that like I can say as this album to me has been there in ways that like only certain albums can be. Like we all have those albums that we listen to whenever we feel a certain way, and it makes us feel better. And Guilty of Everything has been that album for me on a number of occasions.
Thank you so much.
And
I appreciate it.
And so to be able to come down here and talk to you and help celebrate the 10-year anniversary of this record is by far an honor and a privilege to me.
Well, I extend that honor back for being here with y'all today, and I hope I can, do my podcasting right.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
We'll have a seat for you next time for sure. Absolutely.
All right. And you're gonna try to get me to smoke weed?
Maybe. I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, if you want to,
I might do it just because it's funny. Because I'm a at-home weed kind of guy.
oh, okay.
And I am very nervous in social settings when I'm doing the weed thing, but unless I had a couple drinks, but I do kind of like putting that pressure on myself too. I was thinking just like maybe I'll just eat a bunch of edibles and really just turn up and just be like spaced out and being a weirdo on this fucking thing.
Okay. One of the things I always loved about the merch you did is that you guys have always had like kind of weed grinders and like you've always had like stuff for for us smokers.
Yeah.
To be able to buy and just be able to like and I've always wanted to be like tell you like, dude, that's rad. Like it shows that like that you, because no one ever really does that for us smokers or
No. I mean, I'm a big time advocate of narcotics, so anything I could get out there, and slap a little nothing sigil on, and I try to get done. We've done some crazy shit too that people don't know about. Like we did like a nothing. We didn't build a nothing strain, but my homies in Philly, like a lot of them are traffickers, right?
Right.
It's kind of the life that I grew up in. You know what I mean? I've been there on that road, and so the lot of the homies are still down there doing the thing, right? So like we've made like nothing packs with like the sigils on them, like just like do like little cool things like that, So,
oh yeah.
That obviously that stuff isn't stuff you just throw on the internet. It's kind of like more of a show type thing, but yeah, I love my potheads.
Yeah, dude, and thank you. As a fan to see something like that, I'm always like, damn, that's dope. That means that like you're not just thinking you're thinking a little more outside the box.
I'm not only the president, I'm also a user of the grinder too. So, and I live in New York now.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the first like 5 years in New York, I was using delivery service because like it's cool as hell. Like I'm like, this dude comes over, bust up in the thing, he's got all the best edibles, all the like vapes and everything, and I was just like addicted to it, but I was spending so much money. So now I just go to Philly and grab a pound and I stick it in the freezer and just keep sealing it and filling up the jug and stuff, save a little bit of bread. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite strain that you do like smoking with? Like
like because of like my cowardice, I was like a big sativa guy because it like makes me think a little bit less, but I've heard that it's supposed to be the opposite way.
Yeah.
So there's a strain in Philly right now called Down syndrome, which is fucking a crazy ass name. It's talking about getting you canceled right away. I didn't make the weed up.
No.
It was just available, but I was like, Down syndrome is the craziest name for a fucking weed strain. But I need to get my hands on that though. So
dude.
Yeah, I'm more of like a sativa kind of guy though. I do a lot of like, I like to get creative on it, and that really does help. When I'm writing a record, like I like to dabble. Like I write kind of sober, or like some drinks, but when I go back into mix and like to like add textures of shit, like I gotta get stoned. Like, and I hear different things. Like when I'm mixing a record at home, I have to get stoned because I just hear different things.
Hell yeah. That's the way I like to do. A really good strain will get me in mode to where I'll fuck with music for hours until I get hungry. You know what I mean? Until I get that headache and I'm like, why is my head?
That's the one problem, yeah.
It's just this hunger's getting in the way of me going another 4 hours.
Put a couple pounds on due to that stuff too, for sure.
Oh, the munchies come in hard, bro. Yeah, they do.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's Everlasting. You're watching the highest show in the world.
Yo, what's up? We're Escape, and we was just rocking with the Dr. Greenthumb show, the highest show in the world.
Yeah, man, it's Jeezy World about to be on the Dr. Greenthumb show, highest show in the world. You heard?
Dr. Greenthumb show, man. You already know what it is.
What's up, y'all? It's Lil Cece. I'm on the Dr. Greenthumb show, the highest show in the world.
What's happening? It's G Perico at the Dr. Greenthumb show, the highest show in the world. Tune in right now.
Big shout out to Be Real TV from Jesse Borrego and Crucito, Los Vatos Locos Forever.
We're back on the Dr. Greenthumb show from the road. Salute to everybody watching on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, and the home site www.bereal.tv. Sorry, I'm high as fuck, so if I'm stuttering.
You gave about 2 extra dots.
I get 2 extra dots.
There was a lot of dots.
There was a lot of dots.
Check it out. Listen, if you're not a member, go ahead and make sure to become a member of BeReal.tv and utilize some of the community features and get down with some of the exclusive content that we got popping off. We got some hell of a merch in the Be Real TV store, so make sure you check out some of the new merch. And when we get back from the road, we're gonna have some new designs popping off. So yeah, and salute to everybody that's been buying merch. I've been seeing it, and I thank you very much. We're gonna be doing some mystery boxes and giveaways when we get back home. We're almost done, you know what I'm saying? We're almost done on this tour, so we're gonna be back in studio soon. But salute to all y'all. And if you haven't smashed that like yet, do it now. If you haven't subscribed, do it now. If you want to share this show out to your friends, if you want to share this show out to your friends now, tell them to subscribe and them to like it and them to share it out to their other friends that they don't necessarily hang out with you. So salute to all y'all, and make sure that you know that there is a mix show after this show. C-Los is going to be popping it off, video mix style, specifically, exclusively on Twitch. But if you are a member of the home site, www.bereal.tv, you get that mix too. So utilize, get efficiency in your life. You know what I'm saying? www.bereal.tv once again. And once again, it's our day off. We just ripped Tempe. Tomorrow is Dallas. I think we're going to have some good barbecue in Dallas, right, guys?
Yeah, there's a couple of good spots. Definitely. I know that there's that place, Salt Lake. That's a good spot, but I mean, Dallas is known for its good food, so we're going to find some good stuff.
And don't rule out Austin, Texas either, because that's right after that. And Austin's the same thing with the barbecue.
Yo, we are actually playing at Stubbs Barbecue.
Woo! We're going to have some Stubbs.
You know we're going to have Stubbs.
We're going to have some Stubbs.
I bought Stubbs barbecue sauce from the market.
You think Bart's going to drive out there and have some Stubbs with us? Hey, speaking of food and barbecue, because unfortunately, because we're on the road, we can't necessarily take submissions. So we'll get back to those in a few weeks, and we obviously can't take your super chats right now. But thank you if you're donating to the channel, man. We thank you so much because it all goes right back. But since we talk about foods. What's been your favorite place that we've been to on this tour so far? I mean, we hit the sushi spot the other night.
In Chicago.
Sushi-san. Sushi-san.
That's tops. That's one of the top.
Cool thing about that little spot, great date night. Big groups come in, have fun. But the playlist that's on unbelievable. It's like a little hip hop sushi spot.
They keep it hip hop over there. I mean, and that's great. So it's got a cool vibe, and people are loving it. I mean, it's always packed.
Big shout out to that whole staff. They always take care of Cypress Hill when you guys are in town and invite us over. And boy, the sake was flowing.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. One of my other favorite spots was once again referencing Detroit. Bad Nice.
Woo.
Mad Nice was this. That was your first time there, right, Bobo?
First time there. You know, I had just come in. You know, I had was hungry and all of a sudden came in there and had some oysters and lobster salad, and then the main course, the rigatoni. I mean, everybody was grubbing. The 7-inch gelato vanilla bean.
Oh yeah, that's come on, man.
And that place, we discovered that on a Dr. Greenthumb tour show. We were out here.
Yeah, we did a dispensary meet and greet thing down here. I salute to everybody that brought me out for that. And we went and someone suggested that spot to us or something like that, or one of you guys found it. I don't know, but it was the only thing that was open that had good stars at the time that we were trying to go.
And the thing about it, it was so good that we came back the next night. 2 nights in a row we did it, remember?
Yeah, it was so good we came back 2 nights.
And that's rare. We'll do something like that, 2 nights in a row. But big shout out to that staff as well. Bobo, you weren't with us on the last trip. You know what B does? He's got a bag full of pre-rolls, about 150 pre-rolls. This guy's walking around through the kitchen, literally talking to the chefs, taking pictures, and handed every single staff member a pre-roll.
You did that, huh?
In the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do that this last time, but the time before the last time, I walked in there like Santa Claus, B. Because they treated us so fucking dope, man. And not for nothing, everything in there is like on the one. I mean, what you had, it was great, right?
Great.
Last time we had like the short ribs and what else? There was that alone. I was gonna have that, but I had a steak the night before we went there, so I didn't want to double up on the beef. So I had the fish, the branzini, you know what I'm saying, which was off the chain.
Yeah.
It
was the filet, like they took every fucking bone out. It was delicious.
That's the thing with touring, that we get a chance to experience some bomb restaurants across the country, across the world. So when we go back, we already know, all right, we're going there. We're going to Sushi-san. We're going to go to Mad Nights. We're going to go to these spots. And we're familiar with it. So we get a chance to get that vibe of,
the other spot too, we can't forget about Leland's breakfast spot in Detroit.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, Detroit was just good to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was like a real bomb.
Salute to Leland's, because the breakfast there was just off.
Tell them what they did halfway through the meal, so we were eating, and tell them about that plate.
Oh yeah, like we're having our breakfast. We didn't know if they recognized us or not, because it's just so busy in there. Who's got time to look up and see who's having breakfast? They're just serving because it's busy. Everybody comes there, and boom, we're in the middle of our breakfast, and one of the servers comes over. This is a plate from the cooks, and it was like French toast strips with caramel and powdered sugar and cinnamon, and then there's another version of it that's got like it looked like chocolate and cinnamon and some other shit. It was delicious.
It was like dessert in the middle.
We were like, oh man, thank you so much.
And once again, back to back 2 days in a row.
And we went back the second day. We were like, Bobo.
Yeah.
Bobo had just flown in, because Bobo had, he was late on the Swift jet, and he couldn't. He didn't make it back with us on time, so he had to stagger in. He came in on the next day, and we had to have Bobo come and get the experience.
No, it was funny because you know how we do the breakfast club, so all right, we set our time and everything. So it's all right, I'm heading down, I'm gonna get a table. Trace said, whoa. The guy said, whoa, slow your roll. We gonna go to this other spot around the corner. It's bomb, and they're waiting for us. And I said, all righty then, so, they saw me get up. They said, well, sir, and anything wrong? I said, I'm not eating here. You can have your tea back. Here you go.
So hold on, you were sitting at the table in the hotel downstairs? Already eating breakfast, like started?
No, he got a tea.
Oh,
yeah. So I got a tea. I said, oh, you can have your tea bag. So, and I left, met up with y'all.
They weren't insulted, Bobo.
But you know what? The one that was helping out, server, she said, you know what? I'm going to drink your tea then. And I says, okay, there you go, enjoy it, And then she gave herself, about like 10 circles of honey and whatnot. And I said, oh, okay.
Oh, did you talk shit to her?
No, I let her do her thing.
Why?
Why would I talk shit to her?
The way you guys are trying to save lives, it's too much salt, it's too much sugar with me. Shouldn't it be like that with everybody, or just me?
No, everybody gets it.
Everybody gets it, but she didn't get it that
she's not in our circle to get it.
Yeah.
That would be more insulting. We could take each other's shit. Right. Aton is proof of that. People outside the circle, you can't necessarily. Hey man, that's too much fucking sugar. Who the fuck are you?
That can cause a little something.
I'm someone who cares.
That may not be the right move, but in your case, Trace, we want you to be healthy. We're looking out for you, man.
Thanks.
10 turns around of the pancake is not the move.
Yeah, 10 turns around on the pancake, AJ. Niagara Falls in the coffee, ain't it? Sorry. We'll go to something a little bit more less stressful.
Sorry, Trace.
We'll go less stressful to Trace. So, how about them Dodgers?
How about them
Lakers? Come on. Hey, that was weeks ago, man. You don't stop it. You know what I'm saying? That was weeks ago. You're over here talking about the Lakers. What about the fucking Golden State Warriors then, huh?
Yeah, they were watching everybody play.
Wow.
I can't win.
Next time.
Yeah, try that one again.
I will say, when going back to the food, I will say that I was a bit disappointed in the food at the Hard Rock.
Oh, right.
And I was a bit disappointed.
That ain't even it.
We've been all over, all kinds of Hard Rock cafes and whatever like that. And yeah, it's like mid. But this was even below.
The one in AC.
Below.
That was not it. Yeah.
Do better. Oh. Cook better.
Yeah. Like we had to go off campus to have like a dinner that we might have been confident in. That shit with the shit we had at the Hard Rock, that was hard times.
Yeah, I don't want to be, I don't like bad mouthing some place and that kind of stuff, but I'm just moving forward. Yeah, that just doesn't work. It was actually not even hotel food. It was horrible.
It's kind of generic.
Yeah, it need a lot of salt.
I don't think you need quite like a pillar of salt, though, Trick. A pillar of salt would be a little too much, right? Yeah. You could build a body with the amount of salt that Trace puts in his meal. Mistake her for Sarah.
If you put that much salt in your bathtub, you'd be floating on top.
Oh, yeah, you'd be floating. That's right. The death bath salt.
How is it that no matter what we talk about, this ends up coming back to sugar, salt, and Coca-Cola?
Because we're trying to impress upon you your health tricks. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I'm going to try to hit some golf balls while I'm here in Arizona, by the way.
Yeah, you're going to try to hit some golf balls?
Yeah, me and Sendog might go out to the range, and Aton wants to come with us, too.
Let's go to a bowling alley, dog. Let's fucking hit some pins, bro.
For that, too?
It's a day off, B.
Why don't we ride our bikes and then go around and
Boom! Even Bobo had a great idea. Like fucking...
Come on, man.
Go from one team to another.
One team to another.
We were talking about food. Let's also back up one other. everybody that's been coming out to the Chiba Hut appearances with you guys out there.
Chiba Hut, that was awesome.
That was fun.
Delicious.
Yeah, I mean, that's some real stoner food.
Well, we got a chance to do a collaboration with Chiba Hut for this particular tour. And before we started the tour off, we did a video thing for like social media and a photo shoot at Chiba Hut. And they fed us while we were there, man. And I got to tell you, that shit was awesome. So we knew going into the other places that it was going to be bomb. So, that was awesome. Salute once again.
So pay attention to these cities because these guys are showing up literally at the store, in the parking lot, serving food up, come on out, shake hands, that kind of stuff.
Hey, let me say some shit, though. Because Detroit left a crazy impression on me. One more time going back to Detroit. So a lot of times, somehow people find out where we're staying and they'll be up front in the hotel with shit in hand, two sides. And we're all looking at it like, well, how the fuck did you notice? Like, how did you know we were here? How did you know this was our bus and all this other shit, right? And, this dude, well, you're posed. And I thought, I'm looking at Trace and I'm like, okay. So when after I signed this stuff that he had, which was not much, it wasn't like an inconvenience. It was just like, how the hell did you find out where we were at, right? And so I told Trace, I said, hey, Trace, there's no way they saw anything because my back was against the bus wall. You couldn't have seen that we were on a bus or any of this shit. Let me tell you how slick people are, how slick this one dude in Detroit was, right? He says, oh man, it was in the post. And I'm like, yeah, right. So again, I tell Trace, nah. So I sign his shit. We get on the bus. I tell Trace again, so I'm being redundant and I'm like retelling you, but I tell Trace there's no way he could have known that. My back was this way. He couldn't have seen out the window, right? Wrong! Wrong! This motherfucker, took the post that I had done that day or the day before, or whatever. It was either that day or the day before. He blew up the footage. He said, saw the corner of the street in my fucking lenses of my glasses.
Yeah, the reflection, when you went like this up close, you could see the entire intersection where the bus and you were parked.
Yeah. Slick.
See, because what it happened, we were on the bus, like he says, it sounded redundant, but we were so perplexed by either this guy was lying, which once again, we were still trying to figure out how. So I literally said, you know what, I'm going back out there, and I tried to call his bluff and say, hey, we just watched the video again, there's no way you saw that. And he said, hey, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been doing this a long time. And he said, watch this. And I'm standing there, and he went, and B's sunglass lens was the whole thing, and literally there was the whole entire intersection. They're good. The merch guys that want autographs are good.
When you know your city, you know your city.
Well, see, that's what happened to me the day before, and I'm guilty of it. I was up on the 100th floor of my hotel room in Boston.
Right.
And I just said, good morning, Boston, taking a rooftop shot, no big deal. We go downstairs, and there's the merch guys. And so I said, hey, these guys don't mind signing it, but I got a question for you. How did you know that we were here? And he said, oh, I watched Trace's video. I said, hey, I'm Trace.
He said, bullshit. I'm Trace. I didn't do it. There's no way.
Because and B's standing there like, okay, Trace. I said, no, I didn't do it. He said, the one this morning. And I said, I was from the 100th floor. And he said, I know my city well. I knew exactly what hotel you were in.
I mean, you think of it like this. I mean, you could be watching a movie, right? and you can see a certain block, and you say, "Oh man, that's right by the house." I mean, you just know it.
Yeah.
You know.
Good point.
No matter what angle it is, you know your city. You know your city.
Right.
Hey, that's real talk, because one time we were on tour in Germany, and I'm flipping through the channels. This is way back. It's like late 90s, early 2000s, right? And flipping through channels. And you know, back then porn was free on those channels, so you might flip through the channel and it'll pop up. You know what I mean? You could stay on it or keep flipping, but it's there. Right?
Is that how that works?
So, yeah, absolutely. It doesn't work like that anymore. Now you got to pay for it, right? But back in the day, it was just on your fucking TV, right? Am I
true? That.
So I'm flipping, right? And I flip onto the porno channel, and I look at the block. I'm like, because there's no fucking yet in it. It's just chick running down the block, you know, and very tight shit. You know what I mean? She's running to the fuck scene. If I could, you know, articulate it any other way, she's running to the fuck scene, right? And I'm watching this, and I'm like, wait a minute, there goes my fucking house.
Hold on.
So the next door neighbor was filming, like he was allowing his house to be a porn site. They paid him like probably 10 racks a month to film pornos out of his crib.
Whoa.
Like different companies and shit. But I recognized it off the top. I knew my block. I knew my house. I'm like, oh shit,
That's my house.
And you're thinking like, man, this has been going down right next door.
No one told me.
I saw what was happening in the neighbor's house. I was like, fuck no, I would never. They offered me money after that to like put up my house to like do fuck scenes. I'm like, no.
Yo, that's a hell of a
I
hustle.
don't need nobody but me.
That's a hell of a side hustle, though. I mean, a lot of people would really consider that. Like, yo.
It's 10 to 15 racks. At least it used to be. I don't know if it is now. I mean, now that people are just doing it in a room, they ain't even putting up no scenarios. It's just like fuck.
Yeah.
You still got the guy's number? I'm just saying for a friend.
No, I don't. But yeah, the ones that got production money, yeah, they still fucking will lease places out and say and offer you those 10, 15 racks. But like that's far and few in between, I think, these days. They ain't trying to spend the money.
No. I mean, now people are just doing it in their own house.
Yeah.
You don't even have, whatever,
They said, fuck the acting. We're just going to do the fucking part.
Yeah, exactly. Because back in the day, it was about the movies, your little whack-ass plot. You learn a couple lines and then you just go straight into it. Now, fuck all that.
Not many were going to get acting jobs based off the acting. You know what I'm saying?
No.
There's only a few.
Like there's a B movie that I played some weeks ago before we left on tour, and I think it was a B movie, but kind of like in the X, going in the X direction. It was a new nuns with big guns.
New nuns with big guns. That's on Tubi, huh? I knew it.
Yeah, Tubi.
Tubi got the booby.
Man, Tubi has got the boobies and the booty. But yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying is that now those kind of movies are kind of rare because they're not thinking about the movie now. They just want to go straight into the fucking.
Yeah, it's more about the scene, not about the plot anymore.
It's efficiency, maximization.
Well, see, that's today's, world and times we live in. It's instant gratification.
Yeah.
There's no build up in anything.
That attention span. Attention span is real short. Back then you could probably
people don't want to see what builds up to the fight. They just want to see the fight.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. Like when we were kids, I don't see them around anymore, but remember how there was always like an adult film theater?
Yeah.
Wasn't that always kind of weird that, to me it was, I know.
Well, now you don't need those places.
Right,
it's only if there's You do some deviant shit in those places because you're the type of person that needs to jerk off in a theater.
Well, see, that's where I'm going with that.
Because you don't really need that anymore. You get all that right at your fucking laptop or your phone or at home. That's why less of those places probably don't exist. But there's probably a few of them left here and there.
I mean, there are a couple that they have their little booths.
Well, no, I'm talking about the theater with the seats. Like, I don't want to be eating popcorn at the porno theater and turn around, hey, Bobo! You know what I mean? You know.
It sounds like you do, because you seem mad that there's not any of these theaters left.
Not at all.
Did you go to one?
Never. Geo.
Did you know anyone that went to one?
Well, this is the crazy thing. I grew up on the peninsula in San Francisco. They had one that was called the Palm. You know what I mean? Like, whoa! The Palm Theater, well named. You know what I mean?
That was great.
Oh, that's great. That's a fucking great name.
It sounds respectable.
I mean, and they tore it down. They built an apartment building.
Or you could fucking name the theater the Jergens Theater 13. Oh shit.
What was that? There was the other famous one out there in the Bay from the Mitchell Brothers.
Mitchell Brothers, for sure.
Yeah.
They were the originators of all of that, those guys. They were the first, I think that was at Behind the Green Door or Deep Throat. That was their big one that they had done. They were like the breakthrough of those guys. They were the first to do closed caption and the different platforms that were all for that. They were like, those were the dudes.
It's just a trip that we kind of grew up at a time that you can drive down and see a movie theater, Pussycat Theater, and say, Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah.
Showtimes and this and this and this. You know, Deep Throat.
Well, traveling with you guys, the thing that kind of blew me away was when we were in Amsterdam and those theaters that are out there. Those are like the live shows and everything. Like that's a whole different level. That's a whole different level.
Emphasis on a whole different level.
I just don't once again, I just don't think that's something like, hey babe, date night, you want to go to the theater? I just think that, they have a whole, when I say theater, babe, I didn't know this is what you meant. Yeah, it's, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
The type of chick that go there, you already know. You might as well just watch porn at home.
Thank you. Yeah, let's just
need to go to no jerk house for that.
Yeah, good point.
Let's say you take your chick on a date and some deviant motherfucker is in the seat like three seats down, a row in front, jerking in front of your lady, or the lady. Like that would be a bit much.
Don't mind him, baby.
That's distracting.
Yeah, to me, it would.
She's trying to jerk you, and she's getting distracted by a dude jerking himself.
What if there's a guy that's jerking?
Like a lot of jerking.
A guy that's jerking behind them, and then all of a sudden, let's go, and then all of a sudden, back of the head.
That's a beat down right there. That's a beat down.
Well, what do you do at that point? Maybe we should leave. This is getting a little bit too late.
Yeah, we're out of here, babe. That's exactly what's going on here.
I'm definitely coming here again.
Sliders.
Literally and figurative.
You really want to sit in them seats, though?
Hell no.
There's no seat.
That would be like
there.
that seat in the hotel when we were doing that tour in Brazil, and we went to that one hotel, and there was
oh man,
I don't know what was in that.
We left immediately, right? I remember that.
We talked about this on the show. After we got back, I believe we talked about there was just this seat stained with, it looked like blood and probably a bunch of other shit. They didn't bother to swap the seat out. None of this. It was a janky ass hotel, and we made sure we didn't stay there. The promoter put us up there. We had our tour manager cancel that shit. Made him put us in a proper place. And but that shit was crazy. But I would imagine that a lot of those fucking seats in that theater are like that.
Just like that.
What was the name of that place? It was called Fluids?
I'll never forget the text that night. So this hotel was in Brazil, and we were all checking B, and that chair was in B's room. And all of a sudden, we got on the group text, "Nobody unpack." He said, "Nobody unpack. We're out of here."
Fortunately, on this tour, we haven't had that problem. These hotels have been cool. We don't normally do the janky hotels. It's only when you let a promoter who's trying to cut the corners, let them book the rooms, then they're kind of fucked up. But, you know, we don't stand for that shit, man. You know,
yeah, that's kind of the nature of the beast with promoters. You know, they'll try to see.
Not all of them. Not all of
them. But yeah, this one.
But the first hotel on this tour, they were lacking in the heavy blanket department. And and the bed they just had, it was just a sheet, and it wasn't like
2 sheets.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, see, this is what throws me off. Is like I think I was probably the first to complain because. Like at home, my bed, I got like a big goose down comforter. So there's like, I like weight on me. And like Bobo, you said, man, is it becoming like a thing with more hotels where they're not putting like a lot of
blankets? No, you just have to look all over the room, and there might be that thicker blanket there. I thought the same thing, and I went and looked through all the drawers just out of curiosity. We were already leaving, but just out of curiosity, I had to look everywhere. And I found the goddamn blanket. It was in a drawer that you wouldn't think is a drawer.
Oh, okay.
You had to search for it. And boom, there goes the thick ass blanket. I was like, ha!
And not to be a little crybaby, but you never realize when you're out on the road.
You're a fucking polar bear. How are you even cold? Fuck out of here.
Because I like to snuggle up with blankets.
Oh, shit.
But one thing I have learned being out on the road is how much you miss your home pillow at home.
Oh, your home pillow is everything. I couldn't get sleep the first week. It was.
You appreciate that.
I'm still trying to get it.
See,
all this time later.
I used to be one of these guys at the airport, and I'd see people carrying pillows, and I'd be like, "Oh, look!" Now I truly get it. Now that when you travel, you want to bring your home pillow.
Yeah, next time, bring in a spare pillow, one like mine.
Because what I have found is hotel pillows are so soft, you get that taco thing or like a marshmallow. You put your head in it, and it goes.
Noise cancellation.
Yeah, it's too much. I like a little firmer pillow. That's my thing.
I mean, but there's some hotels that their linens and beds and pillows are just chef's kiss, and you get the best sleep. You know, you will get some of those hotels that really take pride in.
Oh yeah. Well, we want to thank y'all for getting down with us while we've been trying to get back and forth from tour to the studio to do these fucking shows with you. Thank you. It'll be back to normal very soon, all right? We're about to smash out of here because we got to head to Dallas. And the rehearsal band next door is just like not caring what's happening. So we're going to say peace. And once again, smash that like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Salute to the Greenthumb squad, all y'all, man, back home holding it down. Dominator, rah, Bolton, yo. Keep rolling them R's, man. Keep practicing.